Hi friend, I'm Crispy Hansen with Date Night ZBS and this is To Catch A FillyFiddler. Meet PonyBlazingMLP, zoophile, Mando pony enthusiast, self-admitted pedophile, and overall terrible person. Unfortunately, we don't know his real name nor his age, but we do know what he's done, and the list is long. His awful kinks include, but are not limited to, cub porn, falcon, gore, and rape fetishism. A couple of years ago, Blazing admitted to dating a 13-year-old girl online when he was 18. When confronted about how many times he touched her, he responded by saying, "It was all online, it doesn't matter. It was online," which no, Blazing, that's not how anything works. Even online, a sexual interaction with a minor can fuck up that minor for years to come. Pun not intended. I sincerely hope that 13-year-old is doing okay, but we don't know. And that's the worst part about something like that. We just don't know. Speaking of fucked up fetishes, this guy likes actual real horses. Last year, an account known as Naughty Martin, a Twitter account run by a zoophile who owns a horse, posted this censored image of the chonky neigh lad with his horse cock just dangling. Censored, thank God. Blazing loved this image so much, and he loved this horse so intensely, that he asked, "Do you have an uncensored pic?" It's unknown whether or not he received one, but what we do know is that this screenshot is now permanently etched into his legacy online, and that is wonderful to me. He also allegedly enjoys Falcon, a topic we discussed previously in the Graham Kelly episode, and in case you're not aware, Falcon is basically lolicon, underage ponies in sexual situations. It's disgusting. Only reason I'm saying allegedly here is because the only instance that we know of him partaking in this genre is this, his approval towards a auction for a plush of Cozy Glow, a estimated between 9 and 13-year-old character in dominatrix attire. He responded by saying, "Yo, I would totally buy this." Which I think we can all guess why he'd want to buy it, given, you know. As far as I'm aware, he hasn't partaked, not publicly, other than this instance, in the genre of Falcon, but I'm willing to bet he does on an alternate account somewhere in the depths of Twitter. He's also a fan of cub porn, which is basically the furry version of Shotacon. There's a Twitter thread here by a furry known as Foxler Nightfire, in which I believe there was an argument that he was clearly losing, and instead of taking the high road and going, "Okay, yeah, I fucked up, L plus ratio me," he instead went balls deep into fucky wucky territory and posted this image of a teacher fox molesting an underage fox in a sexual education class while the other fox boy awaits his turn, I guess. Blazing enjoyed this image so much that he replied, "Whoa!" along with some emojis that make his enjoyment very, very clear. And it's at this point you start to think, what? How? How is someone so open about it when, really, it's no wonder when you look deeper. This guy stands confirmed pedophiles like Onision, Toon Critic, and Mando Pony. And that's the tea, sis. In this thread here, Onision posts his usual, "Oh, feel bad for me, please," fuck shit. To which this guy replied with what everyone thinks of Onision at this rate, I suppose, stating, "Nobody loves you." Pretty apt. Blazing then rushed to Onision's defense, saying, "Hey, that's harsh. Fuck you." And Blazing, I think the person you're responding to with the "fuck you" is probably a little too old for you to be interested in. In another thread, Onision pulled the manipulation tactic of, "Hey, you're cool as hecky, I like you," to which Blazing responded with, "Oh, thank you, Onision." Onision, though, isn't the only confirmed pedophile that he defends. Oh no. Blazing is a Mando Pony white knight. Mando Pony is a whole topic for his own episode, which I do plan on doing, but it's worth giving a very brief, quick rundown here. Mando Pony was an online musician who raised a lot of fame and gained prominence in the Brony fandom, this fandom that we're in right now. He was the one guy everyone collaborated with. He was a fucking musical Brony kingpin. He, like, fucking Black Griffon collabed with him on a Beat It parody known as Tweet It.
Hashtag our chief with glory, but it's just half of the story. Every night and every morning, you're snoring, cause life is boring. Till the phone buzz from across the room. Zoom, zoom, run, gotta read soon. Michelle tweets in another weird costume. Creepy facts you must consume. Silly Philly cartoons with a magic. Black Griffin, Natalie, and Andrea antics. Fantastic banter is acting. What are they gonna do next? Stay back some. Maybe busy, but we still get it done. The run, the fun hasn't begun till we clap it up. But maybe love another to the party like never before. Now tweet some more, y'all. Tweet it, tweet it, if you like me, tweet it.
Acoustic Brony, I believe is his name, did like a fake beef rap battle with him. It was pretty decent.
Yeah, Pony, y'all.
Mando Pony versus Acoustic Brony. Begin.
Mando Pony, who's that? Nobody gives two shits. I'll continue to rise and watch career fall a bit. My career ain't falling a bit. I'm just getting started.
He had just signed a record deal, I believe, and then it all came out, and it turns out he was a pedophile the whole time. It was a huge shock to this fandom. I remember where I was when I heard it. I was smoking a fat blunt, scrolling through YouTube on my phone, and someone had made a video about it, and and then I watched it, and I was like, no, not him, like anyone but him, but no, yeah. I remember where I was, and I think we all do. Mando was having groomish sexual interactions with several minors throughout, I believe it was late 2016 to pretty much the day he was outed in 2020. And it is unknown how many victims he has. All this evidence, though, didn't stop Blazing from defending him. Even today, when somebody rightfully mentions that Mando is a disgusting pedophile, he is the first detective on the scene, and he says, hey, no. This wonderful Twitter account known as Brony Struggle, which, hey, thanks for retweeting my shit, much love, posted about Blazing, and in response, Blazing allegedly made an alternate account to respond to it. He did it so badly, though, that everyone knew it was him the moment the quote retweet hit. Mando Pony came up in conversation at a certain point during that, and Blazing went full sicko mode and said, hey, Mando Pony was not a predator, it was all fake news. In another thread, he was being confronted about his stance on Mando Pony and his wife Sabrina, who is allegedly complicit in covering up Mando's crimes and going along with it. And Blazing here full-on says he supports them, and that he doesn't believe Mando is a predator because he has musical talent, which... R. Kelly. Let's see him do some Tony Hawk mental kickflips to defend R. Kid-loving Kelly. In this thread, he brings up Mando and Toon Critic as people who are now unfairly hated for, quote, making a mistake. Trying to diddle kids for multiple years on end isn't a mistake, Blazing. A mistake is something you do once and then you go, oh shit, okay, and then never do it again. These people were multi-year long consistent. That's not mistake, that's grooming, that is an active thing they do. That's not a mistake, that's a crime. It's an unforgivable, disgusting crime. In this same thread, he complains that people treat these confirmed pedophiles, may I remind you, almost as bad as people treat Hitler, which is apparently a bad thing. You know, Mando and Toon and Onision should probably take the Hitler out. You know, go in the basement, get a, you know, a little... On a smaller note, in this quote retweet here, he says, I'll have to read this sometime. The context being it's a screenshot of a film fiction collection of stories revolving around rape scenarios. Sexual deviancy isn't the only thing wrong with this man, though. He also is the total opposite of an empath, a me-path, if you will. In this little Twitter reply thread here, he states, I hate emotional people. Which, Blazing, being angry at Mando Pony haters is an emotion. Anger is an emotion. Do you hate yourself? You should. He also states, emotions are for the weak. So, in his mind, everyone in the world except him are weak, because everyone experiences emotion. In this DM conversation here with a decoy that takes place over the course of a few weeks, he openly states that he wants to see some diddle dick. The guy goes on and on and on, until it's all revealed to be a ruse, again made by a decoy, and he responds very, very angrily, I thought you hated emotional people, Blazing. So not only does he enjoy kids, apparently, he enjoys other people who enjoy kids, which, given the Mando stuff, I'm not surprised. This guy's received backlash for a lot of this recently, and his response doesn't make him any better. When confronted with what he's done, he just spams pony gore in the DMs. Not sure if he does that to try and scare off anyone, or if he just does it to be edgy. Either way, it's fucky wucky ooh woo. Blazing is a genuinely terrible person, and I'm ashamed to share this fandom with him, this beautiful community. I'm ashamed to know that he's in it. And I assume you are too, so let's do something about it. Here's his Twitter handle. He mainly spams live tweets of new South Park episodes he's watching at that time, some of which with interesting captions. I'm not saying to harass the guy, but, you know, block him, report him maybe, you know, do what you gotta do. Do what you like. I'm not your dad. I'm not your daddy. I don't care how many people have said it. I'm not your daddy. Apologies that this episode was really short compared to all the others. I had a bit of a depressive episode over the last few weeks, and I've managed to crawl out of it, thankfully, which is nice. I enjoy not being down in the dumps for multi-weeks on end. Back to the usual. I've been Crispy Hansen with Dateline ZBS. This has been To Catch a FillyFiddler. Thank you for joining me tonight. Woo, yeah!